making a Thai coleslaw. I got this recipe modified sort of from the High Carb Hannah YouTube channel. It's pretty fantastic. You should go over and check her out. I'll leave a link in the description about that. So basically what this is, she calls it a salad. It's got a lot of cabbage in it, so it'll be really, really healthy for you. Get some of that water out of there, rinsing it out. So it's kind of like a Thai peanut kind of thing on my side. She's vegan, so she uses almonds and a lot of like, let's see, what was she? Coconut aminos in hers. I'm going to be using a slightly different recipe. I'm just going to be using what I have around the house, as far as like the seasonings and stuff, and then the ingredients. As far as the salad portion of it, I went and purchased yesterday. So this will be the first time I think I've actually ever made anything with a napa cabbage. I mean, I've had it obviously because it's a main ingredient in coleslaw, but it'll be the first time I've ever actually made one myself. So it's kind of this all chopped up for us. We're not going to use this last like eighth of it basically, just because it's everything gets all hard and gross. We'll put that in the composting. Okay. Have this all here. Hopefully I'll get a better setup here soon. This is my temporary kitchen, so we use this until we get something real going on. Alright, so one whole napa cabbage chopped up. I'm going to use a quarter head of red cabbage. Let's get that. This is going to give it a little bit of extra crunch, give it some more, texture, because the napa cabbage, as the dressing soaks into it over the course of the evening, it's going to cause it to kind of soften up and get, that regular coleslaw flavor. And the red cabbage will give you that extra crunch and bite that you want. I'm just going to get this put into some pretty good size chunks, that way we know it's there. We want to taste it, obviously. That's the point in putting it on there. But okay, so that in there. It smells really good so far, so I'm excited to eat healthy. I wanted to for a long time, wanted to try it. My fiance was talking about doing one of these 100-day challenges, and it kind of got me inspired to try it myself, kind of make it happen. So let's see. So the next ingredient, we're going to do a quarter cup of carrots, and you're going to shred them. I'm just going to finely slice them here real quick. I'm going to do more of a mince. I like raw carrots, so they're going to taste good to me no matter what. You guys can shred them if you like, or you can buy the pre-shredded. They have matchsticks carrots at the store. They're reasonably priced. I think it ends up costing you about an extra 10 cents to have somebody else chop them for you. But that's not too bad. Kind of the idea of this is I want to do as many things as I can in healthy living that also allows us to eat kind of on a budget, Life's expensive, food's expensive. I purchased all these vegetables and all the ingredients necessary to make like a big bowl of coleslaw. And I think just for the vegetables I ended up spending about $6. And then, you add in the peanut butter and the ginger and the little bits you use out of the containers. You have to buy them once and kind of put some money down, and then once you own them, and you just use those over and over and over again. Ginger powder is amazing, and it goes a long way. There's a couple recipes I'm going to put up on here over the next maybe week and a half or two. One of them is a ginger honey chicken that have obviously all these recipes and everything I use down in the description. That way you guys can make them yourself if you want to. The best part about that ginger honey chicken is it's really, really low calorie. It's super healthy for you, and you can serve it over rice. You can serve it with steamed vegetables. You can even use the vegetables that you're going to steam and instead maybe cook them in the sauce, just to give you a little added bump. Gives you that extra flavor from the sauce. Let's get this chopped down. I suppose I could have pre-chopped all these, but why when I can have you guys watch me do it? Oh, you guys can all judge my chopping skills. Alright, so. Now she puts a quarter cucumber in her. I am not a particularly big fan of cucumber. My fiance doesn't really like cucumber that much. So we're just going to stick away from the cucumber. It's just, you know, it's a nice crunchy flavor, I'm sure. But it won't add anything for me. The next ingredient we're going to add in is the green onions. Now she adds in 2. I'm going to go ahead and put in 3 because I really, really like the flavor of green onions. It's a nice pungent onion flavor, but it's still kind of, you know, springy and crisp and delicious. And I do not suggest, notice I'm not actually looking at the camera. I went through a lot of this. Do not suggest taking your eyes off your knife when you're starting to cook. I'm pretty good about it, but occasionally, even my fiance will slice her finger open. And that just happens, you know. Anytime you take your eye away from your knife, you're putting your hands in danger. Especially when they're nice and sharp like this knife is. Alright, so, let's see. Next ingredient is going to be a quarter cup of cilantro. Now, that's a fair amount of cilantro. I bought a full bundle of it, which is probably maybe 3/4 of a cup chopped. So I'm just going to take a bit of it here. You want to kind of get it all lined up and then just get rid of those stems. Stems are gross, they don't taste very good, and they add a kind of a crunchy grass flavor to your food. And then the trick to getting cilantro is just kind of shave it off the stem. So you can just kind of use the edge of your knife and get all the little stem pieces off. It's not going to hurt too bad if you get a couple pieces in there, but you want to get as much of it off as possible. That way you're not tasting it in every bite. Cilantro is an amazing thing. It's very pungent and very strong, so make sure don't go crazy with it. Don't go overboard. It does have a nice flavor, but you can overwhelm. And apparently some people taste soap when they eat cilantro. So if you don't want to add cilantro, omit that. You know, you can omit or change any ingredient you want when you're making a recipe. It's kind of the fun of cooking, is going in and kind of making it your own, making each food just like this recipe. It's her recipe, but I'm going to be changing some of it for my own personal benefit. I like peanuts. I like Thai peanut sauce, and that's kind of what we're going to be doing with this. I didn't have access to a good maple syrup at my grocery store. The grocery store I went to... Well, as you can tell, we had some technical difficulties with the camera. I apparently ran out of memory, so it just kind of stopped recording. I continued on with the sauce. I'll have a list of ingredients on that. You know, I hope to get better with this whole process as I get on one video at a time. I think it should get easier. But this is the finished result. So it turned out pretty good. It's pretty tasty. In the sauce, she adds lime, and I switched it up to orange juice, and I'm telling you, it was a good switch. It's really, really delicious. So, if you like this video, obviously, if you have any suggestions, ways I can kind of help myself with the video editing process and things like that, just like, subscribe, comment, anything you can, and talk to you guys tomorrow.